What's up, War Report family? It's your guy, Ike Jones, and we are here. Game day. It's time to get straight into this Auburn versus LSU. Let's get into it.
Pre-game, halftime, and post the whole time the chat live. We around our folks, but we gon' keep the chat tight, keeping out trolls. That's why you gotta get your green name on, your pre-game on, cause ain't nobody doing it better, reviewing it better, building rapport so you in tune with the players, with some great prize picks so you can scoop.
I don't know what I just did. Just clicked on something randomly. You know what I'm saying? Ending the intro early, but we here, man. Prize Picks pre-game. Ike Jones, C-Dub, Mike G, B-Wheel, all in here. Make sure that you guys head over to prizepicks.com and get yourself a little something, 100% price match on your first deposit over there at prizepicks.com if you use code rapport when you're doing that. But we're in here talking a little bit Auburn versus LSU. Fellas, how are you feeling today?
Game day.
Yeah, I just want to see what these Auburn Tigers look like coming out the bye week. That's why. I just want to see if they look crisp, they're ready to play, they're ready to execute, play a clean game. That's all I want to see.
Yeah, I want to see some offense. Mike G, how you feeling with the offense gonna wake up today? You feeling like a little awakening after the bye week?
I'm not gonna pretend like I'm here to see anything other than the offense wake up against the worst defense in our league. Literally the worst defense in the league. They've got to find some rhythm to the passing game, so we're hoping to see that. Maybe see the wide receivers get a few more opportunities to make plays. What I'm expecting to see from them offensively today, guys, is the short passing game kind of used as an extension of the running game. So some short passes to maybe get Peyton Thorne going, maybe get him in a rhythm. And I expect to see maybe a heavier dose of Robbie Ashford in this game than we've seen in previous games. If you look at the tape, he did really well versus this defense. This is actually a worse defense than he played last year. He put up 337 on them. So maybe they let Robbie Ashford loose in this one a little bit. So, yeah, I mean, we'll see what they decide to do. Either way, they had a week to reassess and try to figure out how to get this offense going. I expect them to try some different things.
All right, B. Will, where's your hope meter in this game?
Hope. What is hope? But
your mic is super low right now for some reason. Yeah.
You know what, man?
There it is.
I am eager. Okay. I'm trying to collect my thoughts. I've been thinking about this game all day, even while I'm watching other games. I'm looking at other teams, their quarterbacks and whatnot. I think this is probably the first game where I will personally say, all right, Hugh, let me see what you got. I saw a lot of people trying to make the first 5 games of the season about how good Hugh Freeze is or isn't as a coach. I never thought that. I didn't think that after the first year of anybody's tenure, no matter how good or bad it looked, you need time to do what you're going to do. But there are circumstances within that first season where you have enough information. You have enough of a read on who your players are, what you can and can't do. And now you get to coach them. Whether these were your guys or not, you got them. Game 1, is it going to look like it's going to look by the end of the year? No. We're in October. This is where we find out what you can do, not with your players that you're going to recruit. And we've heard plenty about how he wants to recruit better. Okay. But these are your people because they're who are here right now. Do something with them. And this will be the first time I go, now this is on you. We can't keep making the same mistakes with what you're asking players to do that doesn't work. This is the first true, this is on you, Hugh, to me. That's what I feel like to be. So I'm very eager for that reason. Not just to see, are we going to do better? I do think we're going to do better because you can't do worse out of a bye. We can. Never mind. We did that last year. Never mind. We can do worse out of a bye. But I am encouraged because I think Hugh Freeze is better at offense than our last 2 head coaches. But I'm also like, he's on the clock in my head for what he's doing in year 1. Not as a coach in his overall tenure, is way too early for that. But year 1, what type of coaching job he has done, this is the first true test of that to me.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you have an opportunity to go out here and change the narrative about your offense, albeit against a very porous defense in LSU. But that's even more reason why this offense should come out here clicking on all cylinders. There's no reason why, with an additional week to prepare, that you should not come out here ready to do things. Let's take a look at the premium stats brought to you by Vintage 2298. We looked at these a little bit on Wednesday. Auburn's offense versus the aforementioned LSU defense. And listen, there's a lot of points out here that LSU's been surrendering per game. Here's the question I have for the esteemed panel here on the
board. Is that a typo on the LSU defense points per game? Should that be offense?
No, that's how many points they're surrendering per game.
Jesus Christ.
Here's the question I have for our esteemed panel. If Auburn scores X, Auburn should win this football game.
35.
You're muted, Mike.
42.
42? Or 42 points to win?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go.
But I called this game 45.
Actually, I'm with B2. I think I'm gonna go. If Auburn scores 35, that means we're doing a lot of the things that we want to do in this game. Because we haven't been prone to chunk plays this year. If Auburn scores 35, that means we're moving the ball at will.
Yeah, I think they have a chance to win at 35. If you're asking me what it's going to take to win, I'm saying 42.
Yeah, I'm asking, how many points do you think secures an Auburn win? You're saying if Auburn hits
over
42.
Over 40.
I mean, I can't disagree with that. Obviously, if you score 42, you should win.
Right? No, I'm just saying the lower limit, though. I'm asking like minimum number of points needed to win. Mike G says 42. B Will 35C, right there around that same number, 35.
Yeah, I'm thinking 35.
Yeah, I'm thinking mid-30s as well is going to be what's necessary. I feel as if this game gets into that kind of range that we have done enough on the ground to choke the clock out. I don't see, I mean, as bad as LSU, I think LSU is going to challenge Auburn to throw the football this game. They're going to say, hey, all right, we don't believe you can do it. I think Auburn's going to come out and try to be stubborn and run the football a little bit early just to say, let's test it and see if we can, with this 6-man box, go out here and get some stuff on the ground. If it doesn't work, LSU is going to feel really confident. They're going to challenge Auburn to throw the football, and we've got to take advantage of that today. Here's the next thing that I have to ask you. Looking at these stats, LSU surrendering 163 rush yards per game this season. How many rushing yards do you think Auburn puts up on this LSU defense today, considering all the things that you think about and how you think LSU is going to come out and play, all that? How many rushing yards do you think Auburn is going to be able to get today?
I think the averages hold here for Auburn in the rush game. I think
for LSU's average or Auburn's average?
Auburn's average. We're talking about their defense versus our rush offense. That's what we're looking at. So I'm saying,
right. Yeah, I'm saying you think Auburn's average is going to be
holds. Yeah. So plus 200 on the ground today. This is the worst rush defense in the league. And they ran the ball on Georgia. I have no reason to believe that they cannot run the ball on this defense if they can run the ball on Georgia. Georgia has a good scheme. They've got better. More seasoned defensive athletes, I would say. LSU has athletes on defense. I don't pretend like they don't have talent, but they certainly haven't played like they have a bunch of 5-star talent so far this year. I can't imagine this would be the game where they figure it out defensively, unless, again, Auburn is just that ineffective throwing the ball that there is no respect for the run game, and they just load the box all the time to try to stop it. I mean, when you have a porous run defense, one way you can help it is just to send numbers. And that might be what they do today. So we'll see if Auburn can beat that.
Anybody else have thoughts on the rush game? Go ahead, C.
I think LSU sells out to stop the run and dares Auburn to beat them through the air. Yards on the ground may be tougher to come by, not because LSU is just so bad. I just think their game plan, we've seen inferior opponents neutralize our run game at times in previous seasons because they sell out for it. And I think that's probably what LSU is going to do here, which means this passing attack.
So what's your number on the run?
And I think it's going to be about one. I think we probably get about 175. We'll get close to 2.
Okay.
But a little bit under 2.
Gotcha. We will. Rush number. What you thinking?
Yeah, I actually think it's going to be under our average just because they will force us to pass the ball and we'll have to find more success through the air than on the ground. So they won't be banging their head against the wall as far as how intentional they're going to run it, because they're going to try to get it through the air. I think Hugh wants to do it. They know that we need to do it to win the game, so that's what they're going to do. But I still think the run game will be there. I don't think we'll struggle with it, but I think by choice, by what LSU is going to give us, we will have to pass the ball more than run than to win this game.
Okay. So here's the tough one here. Off week, more time to strategize, all the things that you guys have just put into consideration about the run game. How many passing yards is Auburn going to have collectively? I will start with you on this one, B. Will. Give it to me quickly, because we're going to try to get 5 minutes and get in, switch it over.
225.
225 through the air, so less than what LSU is currently surrendering on average, but well above what Auburn has done in a Power 5 game for the last who knows how long. See, what you feeling?
About 200.
200 on the ground. Okay. I mean, excuse me, through the air. So everybody so far is predicting close to 400 yards of total offense. Mike G, what you feeling through the air today?
Yeah, so far in Power 5 games, Auburn has like 94-44. And against Georgia, it was 82. So they have not passed for 100 yards.
That predates this season. That's going back into last season that we have not passed for 100 yards in a Power 5 contest. Something like 10 straight.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
It goes back. Yeah. So this is the next to worst pass defense. I think Auburn maybe like 150 through the air.
Okay.
150, 175 through the air. Yeah. Right. But I expect them to run for more yards maybe than you guys do. So I think you can get to that 400 yards of total offense, but they're going to run maybe for like 225, 240.
Okay.
And this one, 175 yards through the air, some timely throws, and maybe more volume of throws, but the yards per average is a little lower because they're completing shorter passes.
Gotcha. All right, we're going to get here to the comment section really quickly. Then we're going to switch it over to the opposite side. Otis Smith gets us jumped off with a super chat. Says, War Damn Eagle game of the week is Washington, Oregon. Wow, that game is going to be a bunch of points as predicted. I don't think anybody's shocked by the amount of points that's being put up in this game. Otis Smith again jumps in. Could we even imagine Knicks under Coach Hugh Freeze in Montgomery? He wouldn't have made it that long. B. Will's forehead jumps in and says, how bad is the LSU defense? They are as bad as Kevin Durant's hairline. Hunter Hanna.
Durant had crazy Kevin
like that.
Yeah. Kevin didn't deserve that, Ike. He didn't deserve that shot.
He has a family, Ike.
I know.
Hunter Hanna jumps in and says, getting that weird feeling where weird things happened last time we played them on a regular basis could be a classic.
Yeah, weird things happen in this game. So yeah.
We shall see. Very close to kickoff here, about 15 to 20 minutes from that. Dustin Pace says, we're seriously underestimating our defense. If the offense stays on the field, our defense can get a couple of stops and hold them to the low 30s. All depends. Here's the thing, Dustin. I don't think, well, let me speak for myself and not for everybody else, and I'll let everybody else answer. I'm not underestimating our defense. I think I'm accurately assessing LSU's offense. I think LSU's offense just is really that good. So I think that we're going to have to score in the 30s to win this game. Low 30s would put us right, and like I say, 35 wins us the game. So low 30s, if we hold them to that, that's I think you're in the same range that we are. Or Mike is higher than everybody else. He thinks they're going to put up 45 in this game, but I do think that if we can hold them to the 30s, that we need to get into the 30s as well, and of course to win. That's just kind of how math works. So I think we're probably being in the same space with our defense. As you are.
Sometimes a good defense is a good offense.
And I think
it's not about our defense. Like this game really showcases, it puts pressure on our offense to actually produce.
Keep Jaden Daniels off the field.
Right.
Yeah. That is the strategy. I think that's best work is play keep away with that offense, because they can be quick strike, they can be deliberate, they could just score points, man, and it's going to be difficult to keep them out of the end zone. Forcing field goals is going to be a big thing in this game as well. Let's see. Otis Smith again says we throw for over 2 and rush for over 2. Bank it. 400 yards on the books for Auburn's offense, guaranteed by Otis Smith today.
Word.
JT Martin, if my mouse will work here, says, still can't believe we fumbled Bo. I don't know what you're talking about there, but I am happy for young Bo Nix doing his thing out there in Oregon.
I'm mad we fumbled Bo. I'm mad we fumbled Lamar Jackson. That's the one I'm still mad about. Damn, Gus.
All right. Let's get over here and flip it to the other side here and say Auburn's defense. Mike G feels as if 45 is the point total. What I want to know from you, Mr. Michael G, is how many pass yards do you think Jaden Daniels is going to throw for in this game?
Mike about to put on a purple shirt. Go ahead, put on that purple shirt, Mike.
Yeah, I don't think
purple
he goes.
Shirt.
I don't think he throws for 300 versus this secondary. I can't see that happening. I think that this defense will force them to be at least a little bit more balanced. Now, he may get his yardage, but he's going to have to do some work with his legs against this defense, right? He's definitely going to have to do some work with his legs. So I'm gonna go around 250. I'm gonna go around 250. He has evolved as a passer this year. I thought he would make a big jump. Look, he was nothing special last year. He's still a great athlete, but he was nothing special last year. So, I like him to do okay in this game. But this secondary, I think they're going to turn him over. I think our secondary is going to turn him over.
You're jumping ahead on my questions, but continue.
Oh, yeah. So, that's going to affect his numbers. I think they have to go. I think they're forced to maybe try to run the ball a little bit and be a little bit more balanced. So, yeah, I don't think he passes for 300 in this one. I don't think that average holds.
Okay. Let's go to Caesar. What are you feeling like Jaden Daniels' total pass yards in this game? If you guys are on Prize Picks, I'm giving you all your prop bets right now, by the way, so you can go ahead and decide how you want to put these combos together with the things we're discussing. I'm giving you the keys to your props right now. Go ahead, C.
I'm gonna stick with 250 as well, but I don't. My hope is that LSU doesn't run wild in this game. And so I'm I may be jumping ahead too, but I expect us to our rush defense to kind of hold up in this game and keep them under 200, putting pressure on Jaden to have to do it through the air. I think he gets 250 in this game for sure.
Be Will, talk to me.
I think he's going to throw for that 300. Because I think it's going to be free movement between the 20s. I think he's going to get what he wants. You got to pretty much choose. You're going to man these guys up. You're going to go zone. Zone, they seem to eat. I do think we have the best DBs they would have seen. But Jaden Daniels, it's not that he doesn't press really. He's accurate downfield. He's more accurate down the field. Last year, he wouldn't even make those throws. Now he's making them. He's making them accurately. I don't think we keep him from getting his yards. The question is, will those yards and those drives end in touchdowns? And that's where I think we hold him back. But I do think he gets 300 yards.
Okay. Next question I have for you all. How many sacks does this Auburn defense come up with in this game? How many times are we going to get to Jaden Daniels in the pocket? We have not been very adept at pass rushing with just our front four. We've generated some sacks with guys blitzing off of the edge, particularly the young man from the state of Louisiana out there in DK coming off the edge. How many sacks do you think that Auburn generates in this game?
Sacks, huh?
Yeah,
maybe
three.
3. I was gonna go with 3. I think
we're gonna need at least 3.
He's gonna be difficult to get to, man.
I'm gonna say 2 just because he's elusive.
Yeah. I'm not sure I see them closing up the pocket like that on him. For real,
2
today. Yeah, 2, maybe 3. 2.5.
Okay.
2.5.
You can get a half sack. That's not.
But you can't be sacked a halftime,
right?
Yes,
you can. It's 2.5 sacks is still on a defensive statistic. You can have it on there. 2.5
sacks.
He got back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
It was still he still got sacked 2 times, but it was or 3 times or whatever, and then one of them was half sack from 2 people.
Right.
So it's 3 total times Jaden Daniels got sacked.
Y'all
That's a
can't
real
do this.
stat. It's a real stat.
Like you got one testicle, B.
What? What are we doing?
Why you gotta do
This
this?
is a family stream, sir.
Why do you do
Somebody should tell you that sometimes.
It's a family stream.
This stream is being sponsored by manscaped.com. Please
Elite
use
segue.
code rapport when you head over to Manscaped in order to get a little something off of your purchase. It is Halloween right now, so make sure that you head over to manscaped.com for all of your male grooming needs. Back to this.
Oh,
I don't have a hat on, but
this is the content
I'm
I'm here for.
I'm crying.
Good job.
This is the content I'm here for.
Elite segue. All right, what were we talking about?
We're talking about sacks, of course.
Or sack. Go ahead.
Yep.
Yeah, so all right, so we've already talked about that. Let's move on to the next stat that I want to ask about. You hinted at this one already. Turnover, the turnover battle. Auburn turns LSU over X amount of times. B. Will, what you feeling?
Two. I
Two
think we
turnovers
get one
from the
pick.
Auburn defense.
We get one pick and we get one fumble.
Okay. All right. Caesar, what you feeling?
I'm going one. I think we get a pick on them.
Okay. Mike G already said that he feels as if we get, how many turnovers were you predicting for this one or thinking we could potentially come away with?
Yeah, I mean, I said midweek that I thought they needed like 4 turnovers total in this
You
one
did say that.
to give the offense a short enough field, right, to work with. I feel good about 3 turnovers because they've been doing that. They've been turning teams over 3 times, even in Power 5 play.
Right.
So I think they can do that. Whether they get that 4th or not, we'll see. I'm not ready to commit to that, but I'll give them 3 that I know of.
All right. Sounds good. I think that sounds like a really decent amount of interceptions and or fumbles to come up with. What are you wound about?
Oregon just got the stop on the 3-yard line. Yeah.
I have not watched that game much at all. I've been watching the SEC stuff. All right. So here we go. We are under 10 minutes away from kickoff at this point in time down here in Baton Rouge.
Baton Rouge.
Really hoping that Auburn can go out here and do their thing in this game. I don't see any, you guys haven't started any comments in here, but a lot of great games going on around the league today. Any surprising outcomes so far today in college football from you guys?
You know what? Let me go ahead and take the moment to pat both you and me on the back.
Okay.
About a certain Joe Milton. Now maybe it makes a what did we see tomorrow. I don't think it's that significant because we knew this. We knew what it was. Now, I also wanted Jimbo to lose. So what I'm getting is a bad Joe Milton game and a Jimbo loss in a Tennessee win, which I picked on Wednesday. I think it's a great outcome over there in Knoxville. I'm very proud of that. And
What's
right on,
score?
Jimbo.
Is that game over?
13 right now with 2 minutes and 30 something seconds left. He's a little premature in his celebration, but
well, if we've watched how much offense Texas A&M has put up, it's pretty much over.
A little premature, but it's still it's
see.
time.
It's
time.
Hey, premature kids live all the time. God bless. Go on to live.
South Carolina, Florida looks like that's a shootout over there, 37-34 right now.
Who's up?
South Carolina currently winning that game by 3.
Bama
Y'all got to beat Spencer Rattler now. What are y'all doing?
Bama pulled out the victory today against Arkansas, and they let them come back in that game. They were dead in the water in the first half. Arkansas came back in that one. What are we feeling, though? Back to the game that actually matters. None of these other games matter for me today at this point in time in the day. What are we feeling as if Auburn needs to do first drive for you offensively to instill some confidence? Does it need to be a score on the first drive of any kind? Does it need to be a touchdown? Let's just say Auburn gets the ball first and got to drive.
I don't need to see a 3 and out.
Okay.
Yeah,
I don't need to see. I don't need to see.
How many first downs do you want to see in that first drive minimum?
I want to get across the 50.
Okay.
Across the 50, please.
Yes, at least.
I don't want to see 2 runs, a 3rd down and 5 or more, and then a failed pass. Like that would be the worst case scenario.
I might turn the TV off.
I might just watch it. Look
After a bye week, I might turn the TV off.
oh my goodness. Yeah.
Mike, what are you feeling? First drive success looks like, I mean, of course, scoring a touchdown would be. I'm just saying, like, at minimum, you want to see this level of competency from the offense first drive.
Yeah, cross the 50 and, score any kind of points. I'll take a field goal. Just cross the 50.
Yeah.
Right? Do not go 3 and out. Move the ball. At the very least, flip the field. And then let your strength, which is your defense, take hold. So we'll see if they can do that. But, this will be, can they move the ball? I want to see if they can move the ball.
Yeah, I think it's necessary to put a couple of first downs out there, give your offense some confidence. We didn't talk about our turnovers. Do we feel as if Auburn turns the ball over at all in this game?
They have not been turning the ball over offensively at a high.
Do we put the ball on the ground, though?
Do they fumble?
That's what I would be worried about. Putting the ball on the ground versus INTs. I don't know, man.
Damari's not playing, right? He's out for this one.
Yeah. You know what? LSU has actually been opportunistic in getting turnovers. Like, you have to be if you're going to be a bad defense. Like, if you're not going to stop somebody, at least go get the ball back. And they've done that. Oh, it would be foolish to think that if we can go through all these numbers and averages of what teams do week in and week out, that we wouldn't be subject to that a little bit. I think we get one turnover. I'm not sure if it's an INT that we throw or fumble, but we get one. But again, I'm saying that we end up in the plus column because we'll get 2 from them and we'll give 1 away.
I think we'll put 1 on the ground.
Yeah, 1 turnover. I'll give them 1 turnover, whether it's an interception or turn. I don't have any preference on which one it is, but I do think they'll turn it over.
Okay. Okay.
All
right. So winning the turnover battle, but Auburn gives it up at least 1 time. Want to just give a quick shout out here to Tucker Behringer, who just became a member. We appreciate that very much.
Welcome.
Super chat in here from Black Wing, who says it's C-Dub Stankface looking at the game. Not sure what game C-Dub is watching, but he apparently saw something that made him give a face over there.
Yeah.
And then Otis Smith jumps in and says, I find it funny how Dion brought all that Louis, starter caps, and all those dogs, llamas, blew a 29-point.
Yeah, that was wild. I went to sleep and I was like, 29-0. And then when I woke up,
that's a lot of people's story today.
Yeah, people were texting me memes and I was like, wait, why are they sending this? They were up 29-0.
Yeah,
they lost. Epic. The catch off the dude's back was crazy.
That receiver,
that boy went crazy.
He might have played his way into the league.
Wow.
Oh my
goodness gracious.
Yeah, that was insane.
Yeah, definitely a lot of people went to sleep on that game thinking Colorado had it in the bag.
Colorado went to sleep too.
And woke up to a very different outcome than what they anticipated.
Right to sleep.
Yeah, Texas A&M already got the ball down inside. Oh no, they going backwards now. All right, I was about to say they was about to prove you wrong here for a second.
They're gonna lose. They're gonna lose, man. It has been ordained. They're gonna lose. So
it's been ordained.
All right, we are just under, maybe about 5 minutes because it's on ESPN, but really 3 minutes from the scheduled kickoff time. Anybody want to do an ultimate Auburn wins this football game? If I know, Mike, you said 4 turnovers and 42 points.
Yeah, 4 turnovers. And I expect those turnovers to lead 2 points. Right. That's where the 42 points will come from.
Right. 4 turnovers and 42 points.
Yeah, you turn them over on their side of the field, you get some quick points, right? Like you do that 4 times, that's 28 points plus 14 regular points from the offense. Yeah. That's gonna happen.
All right.
In their house, baby. In their house.
Will. Auburn wins this game if. What's the key stat for you that's gonna be like, hey man, if we do this, then we're definitely getting a dub out of this.
Well, I say we get 225 passing. I think if we pass for 250 or more, we win. So simple, just straight up. Like we know we can get yards on the ground. I don't think that's in question here. If you loosen them up, though, you hit a couple passes early. I would love to see them happen in the first couple drives. Passes over the middle, passes into the zone with your wide receivers looking like they know where to go and your quarterback looking like he knows where they're going, hitting them. Everything win this game.
Crashed out for half a second there. We'll continue.
Oh, my bad. I don't think we win this game with less than 250 through the air and 200 on the ground. I think we need a lot of yards and possession. So we got to do both, man. We got to do both.
250 is a tall task for this team.
See what you're feeling.
Auburn plays keep away and wins the time of possession significantly in this
That's the
game.
one I'm going for right there. To me, it's going to be about time of possession. Even though I feel like LSU has a quick strike offense, I think the game plan for Auburn is choke the clock out.
How much do they have to
away.
win time of possession by?
At least 6 minutes, in my
7.
opinion.
I was gonna say 7.
I say at least 6. So
because they won the time of possession by like what 5 minutes versus Georgia, just about 5 minutes.
Yeah, and I think that they had plenty of opportunities to win that Georgia game.
Yeah.
So I think because this LSU defense is much worse than Georgia's defense is, that if you win by 6 minutes,
that's fair.
Then you've probably done enough to keep the ball away from Jay Daniels.
That's fair.
All right. Well, it is almost game time. We are going to get out of here. A few more minutes probably until ESPN actually starts the game over there. But we appreciate you guys who have decided to come in here. We'll be back for our members at the halftime. If you haven't already, go ahead and share the video. A few more minutes for you to do that. Like the video for sure before you get out of here. Follow us on our social media. We'll be back for, again, members at halftime. Post game, we will be back for everybody to jump in here. We appreciate you guys for dropping with us. Until halftime, War Eagle, y'all.
War Eagle.